Please welcome to the stage Dr. Mark Budnik.
Look at the person on your left, look at the person on your right. Say hi to them now, he's one of them won't be here when you graduate. My engineering professor actually said these words in the first day of classes for a freshman year. My stomach was just turning in knots as the professor rambling on and on about ruling the next 4 years. Each fall, I retell the story instead of looking at a new class of students. It stands in such a stark contrast to today's academic focus on student retention and building a more diverse student body. And that's kind of the point. See, as I tell students the stories about my undergraduate engineering experience, I can also talk to them about the hopes and dreams from their stories, and the adventures that lie ahead of them. We are storytelling people. For thousands of years, we gather each night by the fire, and we tell stories. We tell stories of creation, and the hunt, and turning the seasons. And when you and I were young, stories were frequently used to teach us about the world around us. But as we become older, our lessons involved fewer and fewer stories, more facts and rules and equations. As educators, if we want to continue to increase our student retention and diversify our student body, we need to go back to our role as storytellers. These stories connect our students to engineering, inspire them to develop an entrepreneurial mindset, and help them discover their vocation. Let's start with how stories connect our students to engineering. For the last 10 years, I've been teaching through storytelling. The stories can last 50 minutes, or just 2 or 3. Some lessons I use many stories. Each one hones in on a specific point that I'm trying to emphasize, and also helps motivate students to connect to the topic at hand. The stories can come from a lot of places. They come from news items, or my years in industry, or even works of fiction. For many years, I've shared with my students a short story by Tom Gottman called The Cold Equations. It describes the mental and physical toll that engineers and our customers face when lives hang in balance. In this story, in a long distant future, a young girl, desperate to find her brother, stows away in a small interstellar spaceship. However, she doesn't know that the ship is carrying medical supplies to a remote colony devastated by natural disaster. And her very presence is putting the mission at risk. The crew wrestles with the cold equations that show they can either save the young girl or they can save the colony. But they can't save both. Not every story has a happy ending. We can't always save everybody. Stories connect our students to engineering topics. They can also be used to connect our students to their engineering lessons as well. You're probably familiar with the graph that shows the exponential decay of our students' attention through a traditional 15-minute lecture. Now, cognitive scientists will tell us that this behavior is not unique to just students. Almost everybody gets bored after 10 minutes of lecture. But what if we compare this graph with instead how an audience's attention is captivated by a riveting story that races towards an inevitable climax? What if we combine these two ideas? Stories connecting students to engineering topics, and stories connecting students to their engineering lessons, and focusing and holding their attention through all their engineering classes. That's the big idea that was missing from my undergraduate engineering experience. Stories vividly connect us to the ideas and the knowledge of the generations that came before us. We are storytelling people, and stories can connect our students to engineering. Next, let's talk about how stories can actually help our students develop an entrepreneurial mindset. Many educators struggle as they try to move from a traditional lecture or problem-based learning environment to entrepreneurial-minded learning opportunities. But for me, the solution was simple. We just embed the students into those stories. Now, this can be as straightforward as adding 3 to 4 minutes of true life engineering adventures at the start of your lectures, to provide background and context. But the best way that I found to embed those students that deep into the story is to get them out of their classroom into the real world, our world, their world. To do that, we reacquaint them with something from their childhood. Field trips. Since 2011, I've been taking students from an engineering design class on field trips to Anaheim and Orlando. Over our fall break or spring break, for 5 days, we traveled to Walt Disney World Resort or Disneyland Resort. And at the Disney parks, the students and I participate and some amazing workshops, and all these incredible on-stage and backstage adventures, all focused on teaching students more about engineering, design, innovation, and creativity. When the students are this deeply embedded into that story, they have to quickly come to terms with the challenges of dealing with ill-defined problems instead of well-defined problems. They also get a significant amount of experience of dealing with the repercussions of their suboptimal solutions. But finally, they simply get a chance to wander around, explore, and ask questions in a land a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. What is that? Why is it here? What does it do? Is it necessary? What else could we do? What else should we do? Herein lies the need for developing an entrepreneurial mindset, exploring, asking, understanding, trying, failing, recovering, succeeding. We are storyteller people. Now, come to the final chapter of our story here together today, how stories can change students' lives and help them discover their vocation. Over the last 10 years, I've seen 100 cases where stories help students find their purpose. Stories help students mature, overcome their trepidations and fears, and defeat imposter syndrome, picture themselves as successful students and practicing engineers. To help your students with this, introduce them to the concept of an idea journal. Introduce them to the concept of an idea journal. Show them why idea journals are used and how they can be used to help the students write their own stories. And when the students' words fail, their problems and heartbreaks and fears are too much to even put into words, your storyteller can take one more twist. Go out, buy a dozen instant cameras or two, today's equivalent to those original Polaroid Instamatic cameras, and give them to your students and send them out into the world to take pictures of those problems and heartbreaks they see. The physical pictures those students bring back will put a tangible weight to the students' heartbreak, more so than any digital image ever captured on a cellular phone ever could. When they give you the pictures, put them up on the wall for everyone to see. When you're ready, take the pictures down, shuffle them up and pass them out to small groups of students. For short hackathon sessions, to share, ask, hope, and dream. Then, have the students start writing their own stories. We are all storytelling people. Help your students develop a narrative identity and visualize their success. Help them chart a career. Help them chart a course from where they are today to life's purpose. As educators, I can think of no higher calling for us to help our students discover their vocation, to discover their story. We are storytelling people. As educators, if we want to continue to increase our student attention and diversify our student body, we need to go back to our role as storytellers. These stories connect our students with engineering, inspire them to develop an entrepreneurial mindset, and help them discover their vocation. These are not just simple words. They've been truly life-changing. For when I stopped lecturing and I started storytelling, I saw figurative and literal changes in my students. Let me show you what I mean. This is the photo roster for one of the sections of my design class that I mentioned earlier. Anything striking as unexpected? The class is flipped to a female majority. In this section, it's 78%. 78%! That's a wee bit different from the engineering class that I had back in the 80s. After class, students are retained and go on to graduate at a rate of 97%. 97%. Again, a far cry from the look left, look right story that introduced me to engineering. Now, it's time for my call to action for you. We are storytelling people. Start telling stories. Start collecting stories and start sharing stories. For thousands of years, we gather each night by the fire and we tell stories to teach our young. As educators, we can return to our classrooms and go back to our role as storytellers. These stories connect our students to engineering, inspire them to develop an entrepreneurial mindset, and help them discover their vocation. Thank you.